Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Irish Column for Sunday, the 17th of November, 2024. Packed show tonight. I'm joined here by my co-host, Anthony Casey. How are you doing, Anthony?
Yeah, all good. Hope everyone's doing well. We're on the run-in now, Paul.
You've got the bells palsy again there, I can see.
Is it skipping?
Yeah, we are. And you were out today, were you, at a Q&A? Yeah, you were telling me.
Yeah, I was at a public meeting today.
No, you're all right now. You're all right now.
Yeah, no, I was just saying the last week now, this is, you know, when you think about it, we've only got one Friday left to canvass. We've only got one full week left to canvass. I was at a Milltown GAA club, did Q&A kind of, well, it was kind of like a debate, but a Q&A there. So fairness to them, they set it up. Yeah, it was good. Look, it's ramping in fast. We're all going to know where the dust lies now in 2 weeks' time, Paul. It's all going to be over.
It'll be all over this day 2 weeks, yeah. Or this day 2 weeks, we'll either be in or out. You know what I mean? So, Hey, listen, we're putting in the work. I'd be honest with you, I didn't canvass. I'm had to be putting up posters since Wednesday, so I didn't get much canvassing done. You know what I mean? And what happened was, my ma had a big operation last week, so if you're watching Ma get well soon, she's back home and all now. But the heating went in the house in my ma's, and we forget to get a new boiler. So we had to move all the stuff from the attic. So what he did was we got 10 sheets of AP2 and I floored out the attic so he could move the stuff back. And I only actually finished that today. Your man's coming on Tuesday. So listen, I'll be out canvassing. I'm in court in the morning, as everyone knows. So say a prayer for me. Not that it's needed, but I'm up on the knife charge tomorrow. And so once that's out of the way tomorrow, I'll be full steam ahead. Day and night I'll be out. You know what I mean? All my posters are done. And people, I'm getting great feedback, even just talking to people, like, you know, putting up posters the whole lot, and they're all very good. I've seen a few videos of Gavin's there today. I'll play one or two later. But yeah, it's going great. I have to say, it really is going great. Apart from the shitheads that are acting the maggot with me, you know, but that's all that is. It's just trying to fuck up my campaign, you know. And
yeah, but look, this is how you know, Paul, that you're a strong candidate. You know what I mean? Because people are going out of their way to do that kind of thing. Like, and I would say as well that across the board for the IFP, very positive at the doors. That's where all our candidates are getting.
Yeah.
99.9% positivity, and if it's any negativity, it's just the one person out of 1,000 houses that are handing it back to you and saying something.
Yeah.
But it really is, and you know, and I sat down today and I, like you said, did that debate with the other people. It's the only first time I met these other people, the candidates. Some of them are already elected. Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael, you know, a couple of independents. But they're all in line with each other. They're all either opting out of the hate speech bill or else they're voting for it. And I just said that, you know, these parties are saying the same promises over the last 20 years. I could hear it saying to them, oh, we'll put buses back on routes. And I said, I had to say, I'm on the ground yesterday here in Newbridge, and everyone's telling me buses have been pulled in the last year or two. So it's going the opposite way. So, like, how long are we going to believe these empty promises? Like, everyone needs to realise these guys are career politicians. Fianna Fáil, they put up a post-script media. These guys have been making the same promises for years. I don't know if everyone remembers, but the Fianna Fáil, if you vote Fianna Fáil, they'll get rid of car tax. And it's 1977 elections.
Yeah.
Like,
bullshit.
You know what I mean? Like,
but if you remember rightly, years ago, the car tax was to be abolished. I think it was for what was it for? I don't know what it was, but they were talking about the car tax again, I think in 85 or 86. It's just bullshit. The same bullshit you hear every 5 years when they're coming out looking for votes. And you don't see these people. At least, I'm going to be honest, we've been on the ground for the last 2 years shouting about this immigration problem and about the crime and everything else. These people don't even talk about it. Excess debts. They don't talk about excess debts. Now, I think there's a thing on Tuesday, I think for Wake Up Era, they're doing an information drop again over at the Pfizer buildings. And Fair put out a thing for anyone running for a candidate, can they please come out and talk? You know what I mean? If I'm
Really,
around
yeah.
if I'm around on Tuesday, I will. It's between 12:30 and 2:30. I like Barry's a good guy. Adele is brilliant as well. So if I can get over there for 12:30 on, or even between 12:30 and 2:30 on Tuesday, I will get over there and I will talk about it. You know what I mean? Because we need people talking about it. Nobody else. Again, me and Dr. Jerry were on earlier on. There's not one politician talking about this. Not one politician talking about excess deaths. And Jerry was saying, if I get in there, he says, I will, he will crack heads. He will make sure he gets his voice heard,
Look, Paul, me and you have been talking about this for a long time. It's the reason why I got in trouble with the courts as well. That was December the year before last. So like this has been going on. This is like such a vital thing. This is a matter of life and death, really. And they're still pushing it right now. They're pushing it to the kids. Right now, they're pushing it in RTE. It's vaccine season. And RFK, that's a bit of hope we have that he will put out a lot of information on what's behind a lot of these vaccines. But we can't. We need to continue with that, and if we get in, and I think some people are quieting down about it to get the normies vote so that they can attack them to get in.
Yeah.
It's not a bad strategy either, because people have shut down to it. But once we get in that doll, excess deaths has to be top of that list, and one of the top of the list. Along with mass immigration and mass emigration, because everyone's leaving, they can't stay. And we should talk today, Paul, a little bit about the policies, IFP, how we're going to fix that, because there is great housing policies. We sat down, I sat down with nurses and teachers, and we made a bill, a capacity Ardèche, to incentivise them to stay here. There's a homemakers bill we got passed, which is roughly $4 to $4.50 for any parent to stay at home for a livable wage, cut down on their fuel, cut down on their childcare. I had a lefty saying to me at the door the other day, that's just for you to keep women at home. It's like, a man or a woman can take it. I literally just said it. Like, you have to get rid of it, turn the TV off for once in a while, you know?
And it's the same 5 or 6 shitheads that keep going on about this. You know what I mean? Even if you're on Twitter or you're on Facebook, it's the same 5 people. I have nearly 5,000 followers on Twitter, okay? And it's the same 4 or 5 people who give me stick because they haven't got a clue. One of them, Jimbo or Jambo or whatever his bleeding name is, he's on a cheap Harley Davidson, so a gay guy on a cheap Harley Davidson, so with painted nails, come on, lads, you know what I mean? Wake up and smell the bleeding coffee, will you? The country is going down the tubes here and nobody is talking about anything, you know what I mean? We're the only ones, yet we're being blamed on being far right, scumbags, racist. I'm not racist. Like my kids, I've loads of people of colour and ethnic minorities and all living around me. Now, okay, I do call out the Romas all the time because they're lazy bastards. I don't care what anyone says. They're lazy. All they come in here for is to sponge off the government. They have 7 and 8 kids. They get 1,200 quid a month children's allowance. They get 600 quid a week. They're getting more money than I was getting when I was working. You know what I mean, Anthony? It's probably the same as yourself. If you're a Roma family and you have 7 kids, right? Say you have 7 kids, you're getting probably 1,200 a month children's allowance plus 600 a week. So that's 3,600 quid a month for sitting scratching your arse and a free gaff and no mortgage and getting paid ESB. Come on. Where is the fairness in that? I'm knocking on doors here, right? And this guy is coming down to be telling me, you're going to get my vote, mate, because I'm living in my ma's bleeding box room. He said, I'm 42 or I'm 33.
This is the thing, Paul. This is the thing. People, and you know what, today, right? And I sat down with Tom McDonald after I had this GAA meeting thing. He said I can talk about this. So he said that they cited us hate speech and all at the start, that you can't say this, that, and the other. And then he said, can you describe what that means exactly? What is hate speech?
Yeah, exactly. Who decides what's hate speech?
This was the thing. And anyway, so the minute he spoke about mass immigration being a part of, because someone said, what about the school places? I said, and he said about mass immigration, whoever else, because obviously that puts a waiting list, makes it even higher. And they said, that's one site, by the way, that's one citation. And you're to get 2 formal warnings. So then by the time he spoke again, he said, you know what, I'm here to just tell the truth. And he stood up when he cursed and he walked out because he was, just, and some of them start clapping and all this kind of thing. I can
imagine Tom. Yeah, I can imagine Tom.
Yeah. And he didn't want to go. And I kind of told him to go. I said, look, we've nothing to be nervous about. These are the guys who should be running away from us. They should be nervous that we're here. So don't be worried.
But they were shutting down your conversation before you even had your conversation. That's the thing, you know.
That's
it's
it.
bullshit.
Yeah.
Go on, sorry.
No, that was it really. You know, like it's just, you know, and I said that this is the biggest thing at the doors. This is what people are worried about, that they're angry about, that their kids are about to leave because people are coming in and they feel left out. They're getting handed medical cards, which our elderly aren't even handed. Like anyone who's in their pension now should get that automatically. They pay tax all their lives. No one can get a house in this country, and some people are waiting 4 months. We all seen that video. Actually, I'll pull that video up in a few minutes about that woman. You know the one I'm talking about already on RTE with the side by side thing.
Yeah.
But I haven't got it uploaded, but I will upload it.
That was planned. That was
to make a show of her.
Yeah, that was
you know what, Paul? I have a theory about this kind of thing, right? You see Trump win the elections over in the US, right? They had Biden, who couldn't walk up a step, couldn't realise where he was, didn't know what was going on. Then they put Camilla in, who couldn't string a sentence together. It was a joke. And then they had Trump winning like it was a big victory. But it seemed so fucking staged in a way. Now, I'm delighted Trump won. These could hardly been the best two people they had against them. Now, at the moment, what we're seeing in RTE is the media's doing a hit piece on Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael all of a sudden. They're showing clips of people badgering them when they're out running, and now Sinn Féin is everywhere. Sinn Féin's everywhere. So they're pushing Sinn Féin now as the heroes coming up out of dust, and the country has lost control of Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael. But Sinn Féin are control opposition. They're the exact same. We all know. They're traitors. We always say it, you know.
But you were saying to me, did I know Andy Cross? I'm just going to share something here. This is from Andy Cross, okay? Andy Cross, alarming rise. Sorry. There you go. Andy Cross. The alarming rise of excess deaths in Ireland, last updated on the 2nd November 2024. Introduction. In recent years, Ireland has witnessed a concerning surge in excess deaths. These are the number of fatalities, deaths that are given in any given period that surpass the average of a pre-pandemic years from 2015 to 2019. This page aims and delves into the data. Understanding excess deaths. Excess deaths serve as a crucial metric to gauge the health and well-being of a nation. They represent the difference between the observed and expected number of deaths in a specific time frame. Various methods, including a 5-year rolling average, are employed to calculate these figures. Look at this. It started off in 2021 at 14.8 or 4,600 excess RIP death notices. Then in 2022, it went up to 18.1, 5,600. Then in 2023, it was 18.758. And then in 2004, 18.7 again, or 4,800. In total, there has been over 21,000 excess deaths notices from 2021 to 2020, and the numbers continue to climb.
Yeah.
Very soon, there will be hundreds of health officials saying it was your choice. No one made you take it. And we are seeing that already. We are seeing that in Australia and in America. No, nobody told you. Nobody coerced. And then you have the WHO coming out and saying the thing last week, Tedros. I think we played it here. I don't know whether we did. I think I played it with Dr. Jerry. But that we have no power to do this, and we have no power to do that. We didn't tell you to take this. We didn't tell you to take masks and wear masks. Yes, they did.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they did. You know,
not only did they do that, but you still see now these 6 foot 2 meter distances around the place. That was complete fabrication by Anthony Fauci.
Yeah,
it all came out these came out in trials, by the way. These aren't opinions. This all came out over the last few years. I'm going to play
in Congress,
a clip from in Congress, and they're still getting caught out on this stuff. I'm throwing up a few videos here now because there's one particular. This will show you how bad they got into this, right? I'm actually have to swap it over to MP3 here for a second. But what it is people standing at a queue and some person coming out in a stretcher after taking a bad reaction to the COVID jab, and the rest of them still joining the queue.
Was it?
Was it? Yeah.
Australia. I'm sure. Yeah, I remember that.
I
remember that. But Padder just posted up. I told Sinn Féin canvas to fuck off when they knocked on my door, the bastards.
Yeah.
Fair play, Padder, fair play. Well, fair play to you, Padder. You're putting something up there. I'm just going to go with Pierce Doherty and Donegal here. It's only a couple of seconds long.
Doherty,
yeah.
Pro-abortion and pro-immigration in Falcara. Yeah, fair play to you. Yeah, pro-immigration and pro-abortion. That's Pierce Doherty and Falcara. What are you doing to save the people of this place? Huh? No. Go and look up there and see all those immigrants in there. Yeah, run away like you usually do, because that's all you do. Run away. Huh? What about the real questions? Why can't we opt out of the EU migration deal? People like you in suits that are fucking ruining this country, you pussy. Fuck the lot of you. Andy Matthew #1 says, fuck Sinn Féin. Dickheads. Absolute wankers. Run into a shop now. Look at them. Look at all their minions.
It's crazy, isn't it? Now, I'm going to be honest. He reminds me of Herman. He's on the same build of Herman and everything, and he does the furdy-wordy-gurdy like Herman as well. So
the guy talking.
No, the other fella, Pierce Doherty.
Oh,
but let's be honest. All he has done in the time he has been in the Dáil has talked bullshit about car insurance, and car insurance is through the fucking roof. It's ridiculous, like, you know what I mean?
Everything is through the roof. They're trying to get you the fuck out of this country. That's all they're trying to do, Paul.
That's exactly what they're doing. I went to Duns yesterday with the kids, right? And my missus started doing the shopping again. I stopped doing the shopping, so I haven't been in Duns in 2 weeks. You know, usually I'd be in Duns and I'd be getting the specials, and there was chocolate there, 3 for a £5. You know, bars of chocolate, 3 for a £5. That's all stopped now, and it's $2.89 for a bar of chocolate. So it's nearly costing you £9 for 3 bars of chocolate. And like the kids, you know, kids love a bit of bleeding chocolate. There was Penguin bars there, 12 of them, 14 of them for £3. The same packet now is $5.79. There's no specials anymore. And you think you're getting a special with Duns. You know the way you get the €5 voucher off?
Yeah,
They just up the prices. That's all they do. So you're getting no €5 off. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
I have them 2 videos there. Well, I played the one first of all. We're talking about the jab, will I? And then we're going to the homeless one.
Бедненький, молоденький.
Now, could you imagine standing in that queue?
Аж судорога крутится, бедно. Какой кошмар. Ой, делай прививки. Туда зашел, а туда, господи, бедненький. Вообще, на него как колохматит-то.
Now, that was somewhere in Romania, probably, because either that or else this place is full of bleeding migrants.
Yeah, no, it wasn't Ireland, but
no.
You can see I do have an anti-Fauci clip coming up, but because we were talking about the homelessness, I don't know if everyone must have seen this. It was viral. I have 1 minute of it, but this was, I really think, Paul, that this was really to rub the faces of us, the likes of people who are awake to it all, to say they were not even hiding this anymore, and people are still not believing you. You know, that was kind of like the whole thing, you know.
Oh, yeah. You came to us tonight from a homeless hub. Yeah. You've been there since last June, is that right? Yeah. You're there and you have your 4-year-old son with you, and he has complex medical needs.
Yeah.
Can you just very quickly tell us, how did you end up there in this situation?
So I was private renting a property for $2,700 a month, and issues came across with my little boy's crash, so I left my job and I just couldn't sustain the rent, and I had to declare myself homeless.
So the hub, you've been in the hub since then?
Yeah.
How are you finding it there?
Very hard.
Last year, you got a call from Wicklow County Council that changed your life.
Yes. I received that letter very unexpectedly, basically saying that I was being nominated for housing if I was interested, which absolutely. And I was put forward and I was accepted by the cooperative housing, and we've been in our forever home since.
You know, it's mad. She wasn't even on a list. She got rang and put forward.
She got rang. Yes. Somebody rang her and said, would you like a house because you're black? That's exactly what it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Disgraceful. How do you think that poor girl sitting next to her was? You know, she was actually paid
she must have said, this is a joke.
out of her wages. Like, she wasn't even on HAP, that girl. You know, she was paying it $2,700, and she fell on hard times because her young fella got sick and she had to leave her job. And nobody helped her out. They put her in a homeless hub instead of ringing her for a house and saying, hey, listen, we have a house in Wicklow for you. You know, okay, I get that if they ring you up and they say, listen, we have a house in Wicklow or we have a house somewhere else, and you don't take it, people should be given houses. Listen, I know of 10 houses right around my area, around Dublin Bay North, right, that are being given to foreigners, only in the country a few months. And I actually knocked on a door of one of these houses, right? I knocked on the next door neighbour's door, and the girl was living at home with 2 children in her parents' house, and the house next door was given to a migrant. Come on,
Like, we have
this
to be
is
honest
so
as well.
people so mental.
Yeah, and we have to be honest as well, Paul, that when we're canvassing, all of my canvass people have said this: 3/4 of the houses in these new estates are all to foreign people. And people are angry about it. And people are saying they're getting a brand new house and they're getting this. And like they bring the council comes out running to them. And my kids are sitting at home, 25, 26, about to leave the country because they can't even rent a place. There's people in this country living in horrible conditions in mobile homes with barely any water. Like it really, really sad at the doors. Ireland is in a really bad place at the moment. People don't realise how bad this is. There's someone saying, look,
need to get out on the
29th
of this month. That's exactly what they're doing. And there you go. Her heart was breaking. You can hear it in her clipped voice. It was clipped out of it as well. Sorry, we didn't get that. And it's in here. It's not because she's black. It's because for the black vote. That's exactly what it is. It's to get the black vote. That's it.
Yeah.
That's again why I moved out of here and moved to Dublin Bay North, because there was no way I was getting votes out here. Especially, like the amount of houses and apartments they've given away in Hansfield, to foreign nationals is just phenomenal. And Susan Delaney has been talking about it as well. And another thing about Susan Delaney, do you remember she put the clip up last week about Roderick O'Gorman putting his posters up on Thursday evening? She got hit with a fine on Friday morning from the elections in... Yeah, I'll see if I can find it now in a few minutes and I'll play it. But
she's not going to take that, is she?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's hardly going to pay that. Like I don't know. Just so many videos as well of the Simon Harris, getting nabbed wherever he goes. Like, you even just stick up a few of these. Excuse me.
Somebody posted.
We're not getting this at all, by the way.
There.
Yeah.
No, we're getting none of this. I'm getting a great welcome. Okay, I'd want Shinner. Go, you fucking racist, yeah. And how am I racist? How am I racist? Like, because I'm fighting for my country and I'm trying to stop illegal immigration. I said, I've no problem with people coming in here and working if they're, if they come in through the proper channels. But they're not coming in through the proper channels. And again, the proper channels has this the way it is as well. You know what I mean? It's not just illegal. You know what I mean? Yeah. A guy put up there a minute ago, any chance you could play Michael Brazel's thing? I'm going to play the Gits one here, right? The Git with what you call her, Helen McEntee in Bohr yesterday. Okay, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go. Did I download her? No, I didn't. But I'll go with the first one and then I'll go with the second one. Only a minute and 2 minutes long.
Man, you've more to look at here with watches.
I'm already here. One. I'm not. You're in a different world.
Christmas presents. You never know. How good's this dinner going to be? I might have to...
It's not Christmas. That's offensive.
Oh, why?
It has winter holidays, winter seasons. Do you know? The nuclear parish don't really like Christ or Christmas.
All learning for me, isn't it?
You know what I mean? Learning. So we have to be careful. That'd be hate speech. You'd lose your job when she brings that in.
There you go. I didn't think when I got up this morning I'd have this closeness to a poor man by the time I got home.
No, I'm a woman.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, a Banagher woman.
A Banagher?
Yeah. I'm a woman, you see. It's 2024. I don't have to dress like one, look like one. I can just say I am. It works, you know? And then Helen can't feel too intimidated by a man questioning her because I'm a woman. You know? But that's the lunacy we're living in, so we might as well go with it. No, don't touch me. Yeah, I'm allowed to walk. Don't touch me again, yeah? I have the right to walk here in my own country and ask any question and talk to... Although Helen doesn't want us talking. With the hate speech. See this? I have a new friend here. He's busy. I'm not moving along. I have the right to be here. You move along. You move along. Oh, these idiots. There's my new best friend here. Wait. Stop jostling me. Seriously. My new friend, everybody. When you're in school, did you think you'd be doing this, did you? Policing somebody from asking somebody questions. Oh, sorry, sir. Criminal record. Well, you can't step in off the road. I'll step in. Yeah, I can. I'm in. I'm not on. I'm in.
The road.
So are you, yeah? So are you. You're on the road as well.
You are.
I'm on. Well, get out my way then. Get out my way, and you're not going to stop me asking her questions. You want to intimidate me? Take a look. No, but sure, like, I'm not asking questions. You see that?
Yeah, sure, I'm not stopping you from asking a question, am I?
Well, you pushed me up there.
I didn't push you.
You're on camera pushing me, so.
I didn't push you. I never pushed you. I wouldn't push you. I wouldn't be my mate.
Yeah, Jesus. And sure, yeah, asking questions wouldn't be a mine, like, you know. I think I have a new friend, everybody.
I'm just concerned you're going to get a belt of a car.
I won't be concerned about me. I'm an adult. I'm a big boy. Very concerned about me. We've only just met. I've never had anyone so concerned about me that we know so little about each other. My name's Michael. What's yours?
Mark. How are you, Michael?
Good. I'm having a cracking evening. You should buy me dinner first.
No, look.
Only doing my job.
I was too busy in school daydreaming about getting this job.
Well, if something happens to a family member of yours, would that be you were just doing your job, be an excuse in your head to you?
Where are you taking me for the dinner?
Oh, I'd cook it myself for you.
That's very intense.
It is. It's the only way to go, sure. We kicked it off, didn't we?
Sunbeds. Do you ever go on sunbeds, no?
Huh? No, I go to the bog.
There wouldn't be much sun in the bog, would there?
If I done a week in the bog, I could go to the airport and claim asylum.
He's brilliant, isn't he? He's brilliant. But now there's actually one where he catches her. I'm going to play that now, right? This is where he catches her about Gail Abram, is it? Gaily Abram, you know, the girl that was butchered in Limerick. So this is where he actually catches her and gets to talk to her, right? Now it's 2 minutes long. We'll go with that and then we'll come back.
Helen, would you like to talk about Gaily Abram? Helen, would you like to talk about Gaily Abram? Murdered by an Afghan national that was in the country 6 months. Gutted in 1 minute and 52 seconds down in Limerick. Do you want to talk about Gaily Abram? No, don't touch me. Yeah, I'm allowed to walk. Don't touch me again, yeah? Good man. Imagine being afraid of a few questions, huh? Imagine being afraid of a few questions. Our Justice Minister is here in Borough County Offaly. He's afraid of the big bad far right. Helen, would you like to talk about Gaily Abram? Murdered by an Afghan national that was in the country 6 months. We're in Offaly here where Ashley Murphy was murdered by a man that was in the country 10 years. A man who had sex offences against a minor in another country and shouldn't have been here. Would it be hate speech to say that you're useless, Helen? You shouldn't be in the job. Helen, your husband works for a pharmaceutical company involved in the production of hormone blockers that you want to feed our children. Anything to say about it? Stop jostling me. Seriously. Policing somebody from asking somebody questions. What a joke. Helen McEntee, you're not wanted. Anything to say about the skyrocketing crime rates around the country? Helen, anything to say about the excess deaths that are in the country? As of the CSO vital statistics, excess deaths are off the chart. What's causing them? Helen, how does a man like Peter Dubé, who's wanted for a treble murder, get into the country? How does that happen? You were hoping your little hate speech would stop these questions. Nothing to say at all, Helen, no. The legacy media don't ask you these hard questions, so we might as well. Make sure to sell your husband's hormone blockers. Would you like to talk about Gaily Abram? All the pharmacists to sell their husband's drugs, make sure they're sold the hormone blockers that they want to feed our children. Dublin's safe, Helen. Talk to us about Dublin being safe. It's nice to be able to hide behind the legacy media, isn't it?
Brilliant.
Yeah,
I have to say, somebody posted up there. I can't stand that Michael Brazel fella. Listen, I love the guy. We play his videos every week on the show because he's bang on the money with every one of them. Every one of them.
He is. And in fairness, he's always on. He's on the spaces as well. You know, the off-grid spaces. He just talk on them, and he's very good. He's a very articulate guy, I have to say. You know, he comes across very well, and he gets his point across. But yeah, like fair play to him as well. You know what? That looks easy to do. It's not easy to do when you're there in person. You know,
No,
it's very tough.
not.
I would
It's
say
not.
even going
No.
to the likes of I was in Athlone last week, and I did a piece. I think I don't know if we played it here or not, but did we play it? Did we talked about what they are getting in Athlone at the moment and all that. Maybe we didn't. I'll download that as well. But
I don't know.
when you walk onto a site and you see, you know, them amount of people, and the guards all there and all that, and they all stare at you when you arrive, you know, to do that and run the risk of being arrested and all that. Plenty of people doing it every week in Ireland. Plenty of people who stand up for the cause. So fair play to them. Fair play to them all.
Oh, yeah, exactly. We all do it, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm yet to catch any of them, like, you know what I mean? There's none of them come near my door. None of them.
But in fairness to you, Paul, like, think of the Kulak thing. And you know, you were out in the middle of that with the risk of getting a hiding. And that was the reality, and getting arrested and what, who knows what else, because you could have got your candidacy. You mightn't be able to run, you know, if they had done you.
Well, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to set the record straight here and now. On the show last Sunday night, I said Kevin Coyle reached out to me, and I was glad Kevin reached out. He was a nice guy, and this, that, and the other. And then on Tuesday, a video was sent to me of Kevin. I'm not going to play the video, but it's a video of Kevin early in the evening. It was still bright, and he's on the video. He's saying, "Hey, Shawnee, your man Sean Crow, look what we found down here." And he put up my poster and he zoomed into it. And then he zoomed down to the other poster. He said, "There's two of them here." He said, "They'll be coming down in a few minutes. We know, Sean, what to start the fire with tonight." So as far as I'm concerned, Kevin is a scrote. Kevin is a scumbag for doing that. And don't reach out to me again, because I would not even look at you. You're dirt, as far as I'm concerned. Dirt. And anybody who votes for him, I'm not vote tampering. I'm not doing anything. But you need to know what you're voting for here. You need to know. There was another incident the other day. I heard he had an argument with one of the councillors up there as well, and he had an argument with someone else. Listen, the Alliance should be doing something about this. I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm not part of the Alliance, and I never will be part of the Alliance. So they know about this video. The video was sent to them on Tuesday evening, I think, and nothing was done. So, hey, listen. Whatever happens now. You know what I mean? It's out in my hands now. The guards are looking into the other thing with Sean Crow. I was contacted by them the other day. 2 detectives came down to talk to me. So I'm not going to talk any further about that, because it could jeopardize that investigation. So that's it now. But know who your candidates are. Trust me, know who your candidates are. I'll be around Kulak now during the week. I'll be knocking on doors in Kulak. I actually put out a video last week apologising for calling all the people in Kulak scumbags. I wasn't calling all the people in Kulak scumbags. I was calling 2 people, more or less, scumbags. And it's been proven now that they are. So I don't really care. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's just putting the record straight now. Kevin Coyle did not do himself any favours with me last week. So I'm glad now. So it's all out in the open there now. What's this?
You know, the thing is, Paul, I'm just saying with it as well. Look, you know, we've always had good intentions here. Me and you have always said that we invite anybody on that could come on and chat, because we're all for the cause. These people are not for the cause. There's a certain element of people that are out there who are saying they're for the cause. Well, a cause is having, you know, standing side by side to stop, like, there's strength in numbers. So you stand side by side to stop what's happening to Ireland. End of. If you go around bickering and arguing about, you know, who has what colours on and all this kind of crap, like, it's no use to anybody. You know, you know, in fairness, like, you used your few bob and you bought them posters, and and you're trying to stand up for, everyone knows what you're about here, you know, and to stand up for them kind of things, and someone tearing that down, one of your own as well, supposedly.
Exactly, yeah, one of your own, apparently one of it. Listen, but people have reached out to me now that were friends with them people, and I see he was in Athlone yesterday with the big teeth and the whole lot, giving it socks yesterday. So the people of Athlone need to know what these people are all about. Okay? They need to know. You know what I mean? And someone's at the putting up there. See Kevin saying Alan Crowhan tried to run him over. Listen, let him say what he wants. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not going to comment on that either. But that's another thing that happened on Friday as well. So, and of course, he had an argument with one of the councillors, one of the local councillors. He started giving him stick as well. So I heard. But what I will say is, Not one of the alliance or not one of any of the other candidates came out and said that was disgraceful what happened. Why is that? Why is that? You know what I mean? Nobody. Derek Bly came out on last Sunday, and said, oh, don't be burning people's posters. That was 2 days too late, Derek. I'm sorry, but that was 2 days too late. You should have been straight out. You should. And one of our own, Luke O'Connor, big happy smiley face. Ha, ha, ha. And I texted him, I said, Luke, what's that all about? You deserve everything you get, he says to me. Now, these are the people who are running, like, you know what I mean? These are people who are supposed to be our friends, supposed to be nationalists, you know? They can all go and shite as far as I'm concerned. I'm being honest with you. I'm not going to big up any of them anymore. There's a couple of nationalist candidates running in my area, and I'll be bigging them up. I won't be bigging up anyone else. I'm being honest with you.
Look, Paul, the thing is as well is that you are by far the strongest nationalist candidate running in that area anyway. And this is why part of it really right. It was targeted. You can see here now we do the show. You're out all the time on the sites, you know, with stuff going on. Remember the Supermax incident and out in Coolock when it was all going down. Like, these people are just, there's an element of jealousy, but like, with 2 weeks left, we all need to be pulling together and rowing the boat. So they're muddy in the water, so we have to just leave them behind.
There's Martin posting there. Nationalism will be unified after the general election. This is a promise. I hope it is. I really do hope it is, because there's people in the ranks here now that don't deserve to be where they are, you know. I'm sorry, but that's my rant over there now. There's Pata there, fucking snakes. Yeah. I
have a couple of videos there, Paul, I stuck in that's it has the Fauci leaked audio. I know we're going off it. There's the Harris being questioned. It's a really interesting 16-minute piece on that. And then there's me and Athlone that we were talking about. So I'll leave it up to you which one you want to go with.
Yeah, we'll go with them now, but just read a few. Remember, guys, people will come on your ship to sink it because they can't be captain. Exactly. Now you have it. Anyone who's watching this, share this link out to everyone. We need to get more people on. We're about 700 there now watching at the moment. So keep sharing this link out. Share it on Facebook. It's out on Facebook. It's out on whatever. But what I will say is that's the brand. Hold on. You can get us then on WhatsApp as well. 089-203-1521 if you want to do a live comment, or you can come on the show if you want to have a chat. You can have comments there. Fitzy Dub, Irish Channel, www.irishchannel.com live. But share it everywhere. What were you saying to me there? Which one do you want me to go with?
Sorry, Paul. No, whichever one was most recent, I suppose. Look, we'll stick with the Harris. Will we at the moment? There is a 16-second clip there. I actually think there's a 3-minute clip. I don't know which one's which. You can play one of them there anyway.
Oh, the Harris being questioned by the man about the homeless. I seen that. We go with the 16-second one first.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Who's known the traitor, but other new arrivals to the town, happy to meet the country's leader.
Thank you so much. Everyone feeling nice. Thank you. I'm here happy family.
Look at the blondie one beside her, nearly cramming herself. Oh, that's so beautiful,
yeah,
Simon.
I know.
No, these are all the people giving them houses so as they'll vote for them. That's these people. So Irish people need to wake up to this. You need to cop on here now and get your arse out on the 29th. If you're not going to vote for me in Dublin Bay North, vote Nationalist across the board. Do not vote anyone else but Nationalists. These scum have to be thrown out of the door. Simple as that. There's another one there of, Harris getting questioned. This is a man questioning him over the homelessness and what's going on in the country and blaming him on it. And he actually tries to shake the man's hand and the man tells him to fuck off. We play this one. He does, yeah, watch.
You've got 4,000 people, 4,000 children in this country who are homeless, and it's a direct result of your policies, and you should be ashamed of yourself.
Can I speak?
Of course you can speak.
Thank you so much. So as you probably know, when the eviction ban was in place, the impact obviously was that actually homelessness didn't fall in Ireland, it continued to rise.
Are you joking? Are you? Well, no, you were told in the Dáil that if the eviction ban was removed, homeless would increase, and you still voted for it.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, of course you can.
When the eviction ban was in place, homelessness fall.
Did homelessness fall?
Yes.
There was people were not able to go homeless because people have COVID. When the eviction ban was removed, the number of homeless people increased, and you knew that, and you were told that in the Dáil, and you still voted to remove the eviction ban.
Well,
we now have 4,000 children homeless in this country, and yet you are standing over that. And don't give me your "I am very concerned" bit. You actually voted.
I don't think you're going to let me say anything in this conversation, really, are you?
You actually voted to end an eviction ban. Of course you can speak. You
keep saying I'm going to speak, and every time I speak, you shout.
No, I speak to you. That's all. No, I speak to you.
You're doing it again.
No, I speak to you. That's all.
May I speak?
Of course you can speak.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So, and don't tell me what I can and can't.
You can do what you can speak if you want. You asked me, can you speak? And I said, yes, of course you can speak. Speak.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So everybody in this country is worried about homeless children. Every single person in this country. But actually, what I'm most concerned about is the policies that we put in place to resolve this issue.
And your policies led to more homeless people.
In your view.
No, in your view, it actually happened. You were told
my friend,
in the Dáil.
My friend, you're not.
You were told in the Dáil.
You're not.
You're told in the Dáil it would lead to more homeless people.
I get told a lot.
And it led to more homeless people. And it is exactly what happened. And you are responsible for more homeless children on the streets of Dublin this Christmas.
But you unfortunately continue to shout me down.
I'm not shouting you. I'm just talking to you.
Well, we can ask objectively.
I'll just do it objectively anytime.
So I'm going to speak one more time.
Of course you can.
That's okay. But the last time you said, of course you can, but I said 3 words.
No, so you asked me, can you speak? And I said, yes, of course you can speak. Now speak. Let's hear your explanation of why there's homelessness in this country.
I'd love to tell you why
there's
homelessness in this country. There's homelessness in this country because of an emergency situation where we built no homes for over this part of the decade because the banks.
And you've been in power for 14 years.
You see, you're doing it again. No, my friend, I'll stand here and talk to you. I'll stand here and talk to you. But if you're going to interrupt me again, if you don't want me to speak,
I want you to speak. I want your explanation.
Well, then please allow me to speak.
Yeah, of course. Give me your explanation.
Thank you so much.
And I'll reply to it.
Yeah, you reply when I'm finished my explanation.
Of course, absolutely.
Deal.
No problem. Yeah.
Thank you. So there was a banking collapse. There was a construction sector collapse. There were no homes built in this country for a significant period of time. When I got elected to Dáil Éireann, there were fewer than 7,000 homes built in Ireland. This year we're likely to see around 40,000 homes built in Ireland. We've had to rebuild our banking sector, our financial sector, our construction sector from scratch. Then when housing started to ramp back up again, what happened? The COVID pandemic shut down the construction sector not once, but twice. There is nobody in this country who wants to see a child homeless. Absolutely no one. But politics isn't just about defining the problems, it's actually about putting in place plans.
Can I reply?
Almost.
Yeah, almost.
It's a serious issue that doesn't involve shouting.
I'm not shouting at all.
I have children, you may have children. No one wants to see a child.
I have child as well. My child's in Germany because of your policies.
No one wants to see
What a man.
Fair enough.
Fair play to him.
Yeah, he should run.
Yeah. But again, telling them you're shouting at me. Nobody was shouting at him. He couldn't answer the question. And then he started talking crap about COVID this and COVID that. Another bullshit crap thing that they bleeding brought in as well. Sick of it now, really am. And the people of Ireland are sick of it. People I'm talking to are sick of this now, I'm being honest with you. But will they come out and vote? They need to get out and vote. We need these people gone out of the Dáil. Mary Lou McDonald is sitting at 1 to 50 on to get re-elected.
Wow. 1 to 50?
1 to 50. So that means you put on 50 quid to win €1. Like, come on. There's no way she should be them odds. You know what I mean? And the incumbents are all down the cards. You know what I mean?
I was 33 to 1, and then they moved me 50 to 1. But they have
43.
You're the same way, yeah.
43,
they don't know how many doors are
on it. I was going to stick 100 quid on just to get me election money back. But hey, listen, you're not allowed to do that.
Yeah. Sure, look, we'll see what way we can vote on each other.
Yeah, Herman is 8 to 1. I think Herman is 15 to 2. Herman is, that's good odds. Still good odds,
really good. Yeah, 100%.
It's the bank's fault. It's COVID's fault. Blah blah blah. That's it. Now you have it. What have we got there? Harris using the bullshitters. Can I speak and stop shouting tactic and think all still ignorant and not able to spot public relations training? Get them out. Get them out. Get them out. Sinn Féin are traitors. Remember that? That was the best ever. I was at that.
That was great. Just, I know you're going through the comments there. Athlone still, just to give a shout out to the people there, they're still holding the line out there in Athlone. They're still on the front lines. Nobody's gone in there yet. But they're out there. The guards, the POU are there. They're doing their thing. But they have been successful in stopping work vehicles from entering the place. They managed to block it up this week. They're going live a lot. I hope people not understand what's going on in Athlone now. We've called this out last week, and Shinadina called this out. We've had guys there all week.
Do you have balaclava on?
But you know what's funny though? One of the lads was there. Was it last night or night before that? And he sent a video in the pub, and there was they reckon an undercover guard with the phone out like that, just stand there, didn't order anything, just came in, just had the phone out recording them. I got a phone call from the journal.ie. First of all, I seen my father sent me something saying, "Look at this," and it had Anthony Casey running in South Kildare. It was just, and I said, "Job, occupation, podcaster," right? And I had has not answered the questionnaire we sent to him. One, that's not my job. Secondly, they never sent me any questions, so I emailed them that, and I got this phone call. Are you Anthony Casey, the leader of Sinn Féin? And I said, no, there's no leader of Sinn Féin. And they said, yeah, but that's your organisation. I said, it's not an organisation. And he goes, I just want to ask you, I seen you had guys in Athlone. Some guy stood up and he said that you ready to feel the blunt end of a baton and all. He said, is that your guy and all that? So I'd never met that man in my life. And he goes, no, just what do you think's going to happen at Athlone? And I said, is this off the record or what are you asking? He goes, no, I'm doing an article about this and seeing what's going on, and what would you do if this happened, all this kind of thing, trying to draw me into a load of traps, I don't know if I presume everyone knows about Athlone. I did a video on it and it went fairly viral. I play it here now because it's a lot of the stuff I said has been confirmed now in it, or all of it has been confirmed, and it's crazy to see.
How are we doing, everyone? Well, there you have it. Athlone saying no. They're calling out for people to come on the site to help them out. There's not that many people there now, but I heard there's people on the way, so I hope they do turn up. A few things I have heard there, bit of information, is that the school buses aren't running anymore. So there's a school down this way, so that's been interrupted. Also, they're locking down the schools from 9 to 3 o'clock, so windows and doors are all locked and shut as a temporary measure. The garage up here, Port Valley, has been given panic buttons, and so there's also, you see, this backs onto another refugee site full of mixed families that's there for years. They've all been given panic buttons, and apparently the government have offered them repatriation for them to go home, and they'll fund their flights and relocation. So what are they going to do with the other site? They're trying to move these other refugees off the other site, pay them to go home so that they have a site there. This is what they did in Flood's Cross. They told everyone it was going to be done for Ukrainians, and lo and behold, they've been given 90 days notice to move out so that these single men from other countries can move in. So what's their game here, really? So it'll be interesting to see how that develops. Will they take the money? Will they put more people in? And if we have 1,000 going here, we could have another 1,000 going across the road from it. So 2,000 men at least between a creche and a school. It's not right. People need to come down here in mass numbers and make sure that everyone knows that Ireland says no, not just Athlone. We'll talk to you soon, guys. Thanks.
We're seeing someone posting there, great citizen journalism, well done, Kaiser. Well done, because we're the only ones that's getting shit out, you know what I mean? We really are.
Yeah, the trouble is that I've become a target of it. Now, the thing is about it, Paul, I get these phone calls, these messages, all this kind of thing. Anthony set men in balaclavas out in the west of the country, and Anthony Casey did it. And I said this before, by the time it comes to being on the ground, I won't be wearing a balaclava. I haven't. We're up on poles. I'm out on the videos. I've nothing to hide. So I do think that, also on the Sinn Féin, if people go onto the Sinn Féin website, it'll show all the nationalist parties there now, including IFP, of who to vote for, so they can find it really easily, sinnadina.ie. I think there's also links to 2 printing companies that are really affordable, so if candidates still need a few more print, I got a few bits off them as well. They're very good priced, so just giving that a shout out as well. But a lot of lads, we have guys in Athlone every night, and they're in fairness to them, they're staying over, they're watching the place. So you can see that the journalism and probably the authorities are kind of sussing out who we are at the moment. But we are everyone. We are the people. That's what it's about. So get involved. Follow the page.
Dan O'Hagan is asking there, lads, what's the IFP thinking and promoting native Irish birth rates? Not hearing anything from anyone, which is a surprise. We need strong incentives for Irish natives to have children and strict. And I don't know what that means. We are promoting for that. We're promoting for Irish families to have kids. Of course, we are. The birth rate is down to 1.3 now, I think, at the minute. Is it 1.4?
1.4. But we have a policy for this, and this is a policy I wrote that got passed in the Ardèche in August, the homemakers policy. This is one of the stepping stones to incentivise people to have more families here, and this is because of the low birth rate. So either parent could stay at home for a fee of £4 to £4.50. They could cut down on childcare, cut down on fuel costs. They can make homemaker a role against society so people can have a family and affordable future here. Has to go hand in hand with affordable housing, but if we increase the help to buy to existing homes, and there's a lot of things you can do, stepping stones, sensible policies. Really, the truth is, and some people question, I get frustrated answering these questions. Yeah. We're not career politicians, Paul. We're doing this because we want to sort this shit out. Exactly, so this is why we're writing these policies. The people who are in, that keep getting voted in and in, they're not touched by any of this stuff. They're going to their private hospitals, they're in their fancy cars, they have made their money for years and years. They're not feeling the pinch. It's like the owl lads you knock on the door. They're Fianna Fáil because they have all their money made in the Celtic times, and my father's Fianna Fáil and my grandfather. I don't want to hear who your father voted for. It's time to vote for your kids and your grandkids. That's what it's about.
Exactly. Well, that is what it's all about. Listen, I'm doing this for my kids. I don't want to be on a Zoom call to my daughter when she's 20 and she's in Australia because she can't get a house here or can't get a job here. I love my kids. My kids are my life, you know what I mean? And listen, probably you're the same yourself, Anthony, you know what I mean? I'm sure your dad's the same. Anyone who's a dad knows that they do not want their kids. I'm being honest with you. I'd be afraid something would happen to my kids away. At least when they're here, I can help them. I'm in control of things. I'm not saying I'm in control, but I know where they are. They're only a stone throw away from me, you know what I mean? I'd love my kids to be able to buy a house around the corner or something like that, whereas I'm there for them. I can go over to my ma's. I'm 15 minutes from my ma's, you know what I mean? And I can go over there and I can visit my ma. And if they need to come to me, they come to me. And that doesn't happen. I have a brother whose son is away in Australia at the minute. He's a football coach and he's loving it. And my brother said it to me last year, I wish he'd come home. I said, what do you want him coming home for? I said, this is a kip. But I do know why he wants him home, for safety, because he's probably worried about the kid out there. When I say the kid, he's 20, 23, 24. He's a good kid. He's a great footballer, But I don't want that for my kids. I want my kids to be able to afford a home here in this country and be able to work as a nurse and get good pay. And the likes of these Googles and everything else are bringing in foreign workers and they're paying them great money. But the Irish people are getting the shitty jobs, the janitors and the this and the that. You know what I mean? There's people going to college now and they're getting the college degree and they're legging it to Australia or they're legging it to Canada or they're legging it to America and taking that college degree out of this country. We need them people to stay here in this country and rebuild this country. Make Ireland great again. That's what we need to do. And I was on a space last night as well, and we were talking about guaranteed Irish stuff. And Glenn was on it as well, and Glenn said, we haven't got we can't do the production lines the way they can in China and whatever else. But we have, the sugar beet was taken out of this country. You know what I mean? That's gone. That was outsourced. Cadbury's is gone now as well. Cadbury's only, I think it's only a packing place up there. There's not actually a manufacturer anymore. What you do is these big multinationals come in here, they buy up the company, cut it into 10 or 12 pieces and sell it away. That's what they do. We need to stop that. The fisheries need to be taken back. We need to take back our fisheries. We've been given 250 billion of our fish to the EU since 1977. And the guy says to me, he said, well, what would we do if we weren't in the EU? We'd sell our bleeding fish to around the world. You know what I mean? We get 12% of our fishing waters. You know what I mean? Hang on, I'll drop that down. We get 12% of our fishing waters. There's countries that haven't even got ports are getting 5 and 7 and 8% of our fishing waters. Our fishing waters go up nearly to Iceland. They go way up. You know what I mean? We have the most fertile fishing grounds in the world, and that's what they want. They want our shit, and they're not willing to pay for it.
we've the best beef as well. Like, you know, like we've the best soil because of our climate. You know, we were well able to look after ourselves. People, you know, it is air exit, and someone put it up there, air exit, because it really needs to be. Look, like, we're not going to do this tomorrow. A lot of people are skeptical about it. We can negotiate the ways into this, but staying within the EU just ensures these migration pacts, these EU treaties. You can see it happen up the north. They're calling it out. They're looking for. We know they're looking for the government all to be centralised under the UN. Yeah. That's what they're going to do, and WF will have a hand in that. So will Mr. Bill Gates. So will all these guys. Centralised everything. So we need to get a few of us in, build the ground foundations, and I think in 5 years' time we can do and make a massive difference. And make a difference now. We'll have some actual voices, but I mean, in 5 years' time we could take it. We could take the government.
Yeah, IREX ASAP. Yeah, he's right. You know, Herman Kelly getting my number one vote and loud, and I will do my best to steer people to the light. Listen, you need to vote Nationalist. You know, we really need to vote Nationalist. Like, and only go down the card. If you're voting for Herman, you vote Herman number one, next Nationalist number two, next Nationalist number three, and leave the rest blank. Someone said to me, what if they fill it in for you? There's people standing there watching. Like, I know for a fact, people who voted for me only went 1 and 2. They went me and they went the Ain2 guy that was in the area. You know, he got in the locals. Fair play to him, Jerry. He's a great guy, and I've no qualms about that. You know, he got in from my transfers. He was sitting in 5th and then went straight from 5th up to 2nd and got elected as soon as he got my transfers, you know. And it's brilliant. Like, it's brilliant if you only go down 1, 2, 3, 4. Same Malachy. Talking about Malachy, like, Malachy's going to lose an awful lot of votes here now with Gerard Hutch as well. Not only Mary Lou MacDonald. You know what I mean? And I was on a space the other night, or not a space, someone was texting me the other night, oh, do you think Gerard Hutch has controlled opposition? Listen, I don't know. I don't think he is. You know what I mean? Really, I don't. You know what I mean? Like, he's in the limelight. Like he said, but look, he's getting all the RTE publicity. Well, that's, if Kinahan came home to running the elections, he'd be getting the same publicity. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? So, listen, there, someone put up Kraft, bought Cadbury's. Yeah, Kraft. Yeah, bought Cadbury's. Split it up into bleeding loads of pieces.
Well, we have Councillor Glenn here in the waiting room, and he has a bit of a story to tell for this week. We might bring him in and see if he wants to talk on it. How are you doing, Glenn?
Hello, Councillor.
How's things? All right. Sorry, I was
good.
At the moment, and I just got back, so that's why I was late.
Yeah.
Another hour left in your podcast, is it?
There's another hour left, yeah. Sure, we're grand. We're flying here, yeah. Me and Anthony are well able to look after it. That's no problem. But we wanted to bring you in, and anyway, because I have to say, mate, you've done sterling work this week, and we're going to play your video now in a minute. But I'm going to show your poster first, right? Let's just
and then you can explain it, yeah. So you can. Where was that, Glenn?
That's St. Aidan's in Tala, and that was the response of the school. That was the response of school kids. That's what they said it was. And to be honest, I actually probably did think it was actually the school kids themselves. But then I started getting emails in from parents, and then a teacher emailed me. So I they started telling me different things about the certain individuals that were responsible for doing this, and it turns out it wasn't the kids at all. It was actually the principal and a year head, or there is the person, whoever the person is. It's a guy. I'm not revealing his name. I originally thought it was a woman. Sorry, I was under the impression it was a woman, but it was a guy, a man. He's the year head, and then he's some sort of he has some sort of group, a group of individuals for some sort of class. I don't know what it is, but that's the group of people that made the poster. But they're very much, most of them are probably LGBT group or like an activist group or whatever within the school. This year head has control over them. Parents, like completely different parents altogether. Like I've said, because I've asked them the same question. I was like, "What do you think of this group?" And they've all said, "Oh, they're like puppets for this year head or this certain individual." The name starts with an S, but I can't reveal who. I don't want to get anyone targeted for any reason, but this person should seriously keep their ideologies away from kids. If he does ever see this video, stay away from children. You've influenced them enough. And then he got the children to actually all comment all around the exact same time on my on my Facebook profile all the kids that did this to say, no, it was our idea. I was like, really, all coordinated at the exact same time on Facebook. It's I don't believe it whatsoever, and I did, So I proved it, but it proved to be false because parents got in contact with me and the teacher and said, like, no, this was not kids. It was all organised by these two individuals, groomed by teachers, and they have. Not only that, it's the most horrifying part of it is that there was a group of Marxist people that contacted me saying, we're going to get the kids, we're going to contact the kids, and we're going to get them to make more of this stuff, and we're going to come after all your posters. And I said, you're more than welcome to come after all my posters, but please don't get children involved in this.
Weaponising kids.
I'm not trying to weaponize kids whatsoever. Didn't take my advice, and then the next email I got afterwards was them saying, we've actually got in contact with the kids and they've actually agreed to meet us, and we will fight you in court. He's like, we're not afraid of you and all this. So they've managed to get in contact with the children through the actual school, which is actually horrific. So strangers, pure strangers to this whole situation, probably far left lunatics, probably to me mentally unwell from the emails I've gotten, have managed to infiltrate the school and literally speak to these kids. And now parents have contacted me saying, I hope, like they've actually another parent contacted me saying, I had to actually call my kid home and ask him, did anyone speak to you in the school that wasn't part of a political group or whatever, because she seen my video and she wasn't happy about this. She'd been complaining to the school for a long time because her daughters are using bathrooms that are shared with boys, and she's not comfortable with it whatsoever. And I said, I'm 100% behind you. I don't believe, especially in schools, like it doesn't matter. Like it's not a trust issue. It's girls need their own space in bathrooms. It's and it should be separate. It's for their own safety. It comes down to the fact that men can easily overpower women. And look, we'll go down that. We'll talk about this further. But anyway, I was speaking to the parents, trying to reassure them that I will go down this legal way and an appropriate way. But in the end, the principal ended up removing his account, and probably because the parents told me that they'll go after the principal themselves. One parent said I'm looking for legal advice and everything like that. So perhaps that happened. I'm not too sure, but it looks like he's back down anyway. What he did was wrong, and he's been cut out. He was ratted out by his own teachers and parents and school kids that were probably involved in this. That says, no, it wasn't our idea. It was actually him. So he lied to me.
I love about this story as well. Your poster happens to have the banner "Ireland is full," and the whole thing where they said, what do they put on it, that it's our school's not full. Yeah, everyone's welcome here. And then Glenn pulls out the actual document where the school says that it is in fact full.
The school requested an additional engineering or accommodation to be built for additional accommodation. Now it's for an autism unit, but I'm not too sure exactly what they were asking for. But the school is indeed full for that document alone, and the fact that the parents have actually contacted me saying, no, Glenn, the school is full. My child was lucky to get in there. And another parent contacted me saying, Glenn, the school is indeed absolutely full. I'm terrified if I speak out against the principal, I will lose my place for my child next year because there is no other place around.
Yeah.
So this
come here. You have a video there, Glenn's final assessment. It's 5 minutes. Will we go with that video, or will we? What do you think, or is it just what?
I think he's more or less. He's pretty much covered everything on it there.
That's no problem. That's brilliant.
What's interesting about what Glenn's thing as well this week, I was told one of the women who canvasses with me, her daughter is in the same school as my son, and I've spoken about this school before, but the principal has a podcast and has a big page and a lot of followers, and he's determined to take religion out of the schools and to bring back the bodily autonomy, as he says it, and to make people believe they can be whatever they want to be from a primary level school age. So he's not just even impartial, he's they're pushing. There's these principles in here, just so I can finish this point. Like Glenn, as that they're discovering, and I'm at the discovering of the head of my primary school. that there is these principles that not only are impartial to these things, but they're actually there because they can push this, and they're influencers of pushing these groups. So they're completely biased with their narratives pushing on the kids.
Sorry, Glenn, I'm just going to pull that post again. Glenn, that fucking dose from Cork who never shuts the fuck up about bleeding poxy Palestine is posting shit about you.
Padder Doyle, can you expand on that? I'm not sure what you mean.
I would say it's Charlotte. That's who I'd say it is. That's just
Charlotte?
Off the bat.
The one that was responsible for a child's death or something like that? Or?
Yes, that's the one. Yeah. The alcoholic one. Yeah. Nobody listens to her. You know, and someone else says full of Muslims. Now, if anyone had seen the post that was put up in the Kulak group last week about me, last Saturday, that I was texting some guy from some Muslim group about Mo Salah, about we all bleed the same, brother. Anyone that knows me knows that's bullshit. You know what I mean?
It was so stupid. The conversation wasn't even believable the way they were back up. And like it was your, I wouldn't mind only because I have your number. The image was your poster, and you don't even have an image on WhatsApp. But I was just looking at the back and forth. It's like, they're really going all out on this. This is crazy, you know.
Yeah. Someone posted up there, I hate Palestine. Listen, nobody hates Palestine, but the thing is, listen, we've bigger fish to fry here in this country without worrying about Palestine. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing we can do here for Palestine. Okay, they can probably stop the government, stop the flights and the whole lot or whatever's going on. But none of this shit is happening. You know, it's not going to happen with this government. They'll talk a big game now coming up 2 weeks towards an election. They'll try to do something, and then after that, they just won't give a shit. So someone wrote up, Glenn, ask the parents who contact you if they would come together at a meeting and decide on a course of action. I would say that the Natural Women's Council will be delighted to help Jan in London.
I could reach out, but a few of the parents wouldn't even give their name because they were just terrified that if they speak out, the principal won't allow their child for accepting next year, I suppose, for their placement, that the principal would just deny it out of spite. That's why they don't want to be revealed. As for the teachers, there's a lot. I was told that the majority of teachers actually don't agree with the principal or that this head teacher, and there's a big division in the school. It's just a whole nonsense. So I've agreed to keep most of them. Straight away when they told me all this information, straight away they've asked me, could you keep my identity secret? Even though I didn't even know their names. But please don't tell anybody I told you this. But all I said was I'll reveal that it was with a teacher. It was a teacher that told me, and the parents. That's it. But their identities have to be kept secret, I'm afraid.
I'm going to bring the lovely Orla up here. Orla is sitting there backstage waiting for us in the green room. Hang on, I'll bring her up there. Hello, Orla. How are you? Good evening.
Well, guys, how are you?
Good. How's your campaign going? All good?
Yeah, all's going great. I had a bit of help now today from the lovely Martin. Brilliant.
Is he coming in? Did you send him a link?
I didn't. Orla said to me earlier on that he might be able to. Okay. But I did see him in the comments. So
send him the link anyway, and just see if he's able to come in.
Yeah,
I seen him in the comments.
He's a bit of a pain in the arse sometimes as well, though, isn't he?
Listen, I like Martin.
Yeah.
Someone posted, Muslims, when invited to seek refuge in Jordan, outbred the native population of Jordan in less than 30 years. Think about that for a second. It's true. You know what I mean? And this guy, El Dodri, he's posters up everywhere around. And you know what I wanted to say as well about posters? The Sinn Féin posters are down on the ground nearly, okay? So are the El Kadri's posters. I thought that was illegal. Like, I thought he had to be 6 foot. You know what I mean? We need you on Mark Fitzsimons here with the blind cane now, taking all of these. You know what I mean? Oh, here's Murph now. We rightly pops in there. But there you are, Martin. How are you? Are you good? How's things?
Still setting up, I think, is he?
I was asleep, but I heard somebody talking shit about me, and I managed to get dressed.
That was Glenn. How do I point?
Sorry, do I have to leave because the camera is all blurry?
You don't have to leave. You could just go to your settings. You see down the very bottom, and just switch to a different camera and switch back. It should refocus for you. Can I just say real quick, because I seen a photo of Orla and Martin out on the road today. Orla, your campaign is looking fantastic. I see you talking to the business people. I see you out knocking on doors. You're getting great reception. I'm telling you, you're doing amazing work. Fair play to you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Oh God!
That might need some context for people who are new to the.
Yeah, by the way,
I'm faster, kitten.
Yeah, no, okay, that's grand. There we are. Mickey Tip, hi Martin.
Yeah. Well, do you know what? I will say now, Glenn was given out, or because Martin, I asked Martin to do a special photograph, and he wouldn't do a special one for Glenn.
How are you, Morph? You bleeding my joke, yeah. Mickey Tip.
I just saw it on my camera now. Hang on now.
You see, Anthony, you shouldn't have said bad things about me. I have mystical powers.
It's just like that. He appeared, huh? Yeah.
Well, you know what? I want to actually talk about a few things, if that's okay, and give a couple of shout outs, if that is okay. It's been a busy few days, and well, first of all, Martin and I were out in Callan today in Kilkenny, and it's absolutely crazy. I met this Polish man, right, and he was hopping, and I mean hopping, over mass migration and about what was going on, and how he'd been here 30 years and, you know, working and paying his taxes, and he was livid over what was going on in this country. And I was out at another business, was it yesterday? I have to do a video there, I just didn't get a chance, and she's from Lithuania. No, Latvia. Same thing, she's here years working, and she was going mad about mass migration as well, about, you know, how they came in here, they worked, nothing was handed to them. Do you know what I mean? And they're livid, absolutely livid.
So just Carlo is where Orla is campaigning. That's where you're knocking on doors. That's Carlo Kilkenny. Apologies. Yeah.
It's actually a huge, it's almost ridiculous electoral area. It should be split into two separate electoral areas. It's too big. They did it with Tipperary, so they should have done it with
Carlo Kilkenny. Yeah.
Because
we're doing the Little Tuggin, which is the like the little kind of postcard that's going to be coming out, and there's over 87,000 households for Carlo Kilkenny. So it's a huge area. Like, as I said, I won't be able to get to every household. I'm doing my best to get somewhere every day. But there's a couple of things I wanted to point out. There's a couple of cases I came across that were just absolutely shocking. I met a man a couple of days ago, and he, oh my God, he has a brain injury and he could barely speak. And he was trying to tell me he could not get a medical card. And I actually was so dumbfounded, I didn't know what to say to him. Do you know what I mean? And I just said, Jesus Christ, if I get in, I will do my best to help you, you know. And then when I went round the corner, I kept canvassing. I didn't realise there's an area in Carlow that's part of Laois. So I was like, oh my God, that man lives in Laois. So I have to give a shout out to Barry Williams and Elaine Mullally, and fair play to them. I got onto them straight away. And one of the lads, Darren Brennan, came over and gave me Elaine's leaflet. So I'm going to drop that up to the man, because even if I get voted in, he's in Laois. He's not in Carlow. So I can't even do anything for him. But Elaine will. So fair play to them. And I met another lady as well. Her daughter has breast cancer, and she was going through treatment and everything. And four times she applied for a medical card and was refused. The amount of people I'm meeting at the door that have either chronic illnesses, like cancer, diseases that cannot be cured, and are being refused medical cards. But people are coming into this country and getting medical cards handed out to them. It's an absolute and utter disgrace. And I'd love to know, I put this up in a post, I'd love to know, is there a certain amount of medical cards handed out a year? Or is there like a kind of a free-for-all with certain people? Do you know what I mean? Or how does, I'd love to know how it actually works out, because I cannot understand that if a person has a brain injury and a person has cancer, they are not getting a medical card. It's absolutely scandalous. And this should be actually a national scandal as to what's going on in this country.
Or if they are getting medical cards, they're being means tested on them.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Yeah, a lot of them are looking at abolishing the means testing for the likes of carers now and things like that. So I think it is something they need to, medical cards, because they're getting given out like confetti. There's a lot of, like, I've said this before. I'm a carer for my father-in-law with dementia. To fight for him to get a medical card. People have paid their taxes in this country all their lives, but yet they're handing them out willy-nilly to anybody who comes in. So same with free transport, free. Like, you look at Thornton Hall. That what was issued. The HSE will do round-the-clock check-ins with them, 3 meals a day. They get medical cards, free transport. Ukrainians are getting free college, free ARP systems. This is why people are angry at the doors. They feel like their kids are being left out, and not just the kids, but the pension age is even way too low. They gave everyone $350 during COVID times because it was a manageable wage, and now inflation has gone up again. $250 or something like that is the pension. It's way too low.
And then I was telling Martin today, now I'm going to give a shout out here. Is there any OT watching this show that could contact me and do me a favour? I came across an 80-year-old lady yesterday, okay? She needs to get a stair lift in and was told she had to hire an OT at €250. The woman can barely afford to put coal into her stove. Is there any OT that would be willing to help this lady? Because I will go back up to her. I mean, 80 years old, and she cannot afford an OT to get a stair lift in. What sort of country are we living in? I could go on and on all day with what I'm meeting at the door. It's absolutely shocking. Another woman I met, her son has Down syndrome. 5.5 years old, beautiful child, waiting on speech therapy. 5.5 years. Like, it's just scandalous. And the amount of people I'm meeting as well in the health system who's saying to me at the door, people are leaving, right? Whether it's physios, occupational therapy, whatever, they're leaving. They're not being replaced. So there's a severe lack of people there to fill these spots. Then we're out spending 9 million on phone pouches and 2 million every year after that, and bike sheds and security huts. Why is that money not going into hiring people to do assessments for special needs, physio, OT, etc., etc.? I mean, it is absolutely scandalous what's going on in this country.
Yep, it's very true. Look, there's so many of these things happening. Essential services are gone. So people record autism rates, and I met someone yesterday who told me that their child was waiting. Their 12-year-old child, and they were waiting since 4 years old for services. So I like it. It's absolutely crazy what's going on. Unfortunately,
it's absolutely shocking, and that's what I'm getting. I was saying this to Martin today. For every door that answers to me, every 4 to 5 people, it's in relation to healthcare, whether it's special needs services, OT, physio, respite, carers, medical cards, waiting lists for hospitals. Like, that is the biggest thing that I'm getting hit at with the door. It's just shocking what's going on. And then the wasteful government spending, this should be a national scandal.
You go coming down?
I was just going to say, for people to wake up, things are going to have to get a lot worse. That's just the way of things. Like I said before in this podcast before, that you will still get the vast majority of people voting for Fianna Fáil, Fine Gael. They won't change until things hit rock bottom and they realise, it's actually bad. Because for a lot of people, you said you see problems here and there and all. The truth is, the vast majority of people don't see a problem. They like the status quo, and they don't see a problem until actually it's their doorstep. So
but I was saying this to Martin. Poor Martin had to listen to me for the few hours today. But the pensioners, oh my God almighty, they are another crowd of people who are just been trampled over. Like, as I said, like that one particular lady, but there's other people I've come across where, again, they're choosing between how much they put into their electricity meter, how much coal do they put in the fire, how much food can they buy. It's just, like, how are we not looking after our elderly? And they got an increase of €12. Do you know what I mean? Again, like that, it's absolutely scandalous.
There was a very interesting demographical difference in the canvassing today in Callan where we were. So like Callan isn't a huge town, but it's big enough. There's a lot of housing estates, but there would be kind of an older side of the town and the newer side of the town. And the newer side of the town would be probably people not far away from our age bracket, people starting off with small families and people with kind of teenagers and young adults. And those people, even though they talk to them, they're feeling the pinch financially. They're not concerned. They'd no worries. They'd no, they were kind of looking at us kind of, with the kind of through the who are ye or what are ye or this kind of thing. Little bit disconnected. When we started canvassing the other part of the town, which would have been older council houses and older people, 100% clued in, knew exactly what was going on, knew exactly that the government needed to be changed, and they just knew everything. There's a sort of people with families are probably just caught up with surviving to actually notice what's happening around them. I think I got all the lefties today as well. I actually had 2 conversations.
You did,
yeah. I had a conversation with a Tesla driver, well-to-do man, very well spoken. Kind of looked at the leaflet, handed it back, and I would you like to have a conversation about it? In fairness to him, he did, and we spoke about economics for about 10 minutes. And when I left, I could see it in his face that he actually at least respected what I was saying, because I was talking about conservative economic policies and stuff like that, and I could just see it in his face that he was going, oh God, these people aren't what the media make out, if you know what I mean. Because I was telling the idea, look, we just want a conservative party in Ireland, you know what I mean, with conservative economics and conservative views. I met another woman, although she said she wasn't far left. She was a Green voter, but again, we had a very big conversation on the reason that she wouldn't ever support us, and her main reason was, her claim was that we attack trans people, and I said we don't. We attack ideologies. We attack any dangerous ideology, and we actually had a lovely conversation about that. And it was actually, again, I could see it from her point of view where she was coming from, because she told me a little bit about her background and the reason she felt like that, and I told her a little bit about my background and the reason I feel that. There was a moment where it was actually kind of, we could actually compromise enough. Do you know what I mean? That there is people on the left who actually know. She was aware of the dangers. She was aware of the evils that have crept in. Do you know what I mean? But it's still her side, so she doesn't want to, shit in it, so to speak. So it was just there were just 2 interesting conversations that I had today. But the problem with the nationalist movement, and the big problem is there's too many shouty people. It's as simple as that. There's too many shouty people roaring and shouting and not offering solutions. If you actually speak to somebody who is politically opposed to you, and you can actually put together a coherent argument and a coherent alternative offer to them, you'd actually be surprised how well the sane people will actually come around to what you're, and at least compromise. So I think after the general election, we need to sit down and have a look, and to be blunt, a lot of the shouty people with no solutions, then they just need to go, because, like I said, I'm only interested in offering an alternative future for this country.
Yeah.
Rant over.
Yeah, no, we were getting that. I'm getting out the doors.
It is true. Like, if you have a civilized conversation, like I've met a couple of people who would be, I wouldn't say they're lefties, but they're kind of, they're half and half. Do you know what I mean? But if you have a normal conversation with them and it doesn't end up in an argument, do you know what I mean? They do see your point of view without thinking, oh my God, you're the big bad wolf. You know what I mean? It's just the way you conduct yourself at the doors, and that's it. Because there's no point in arguing with people, because it's not going to get you anywhere, and it's going to get, bring you into that thing. Oh God, look, they're exactly like what the media portrays them as. Whereas if you come across differently, they'll say, well, you know what? I might not agree with exactly everything we'll say that person says, but they weren't that bad. Maybe I'll give them a vote down the ballot box or whatever. Do you know what I mean? They're willing to kind of listen.
I got one the other day, and look, we're always having the conversation. To tell you what happens as well, when you hand people the leaflet, when they look at the brand, they get apprehensive straight off the bat, and you have that conversation with them. With some people, and you can have a chat with them, and you get places with them, and usually it's how many doors can you hit now to have these conversations. And it has to be the candidates, because a lot of people help you out, but they don't know your policies. They don't know how to argue the right way. And you don't want people there roaring and shouting at the door and giving their own opinions. That's not yours. So it is all about knocking on doors and speaking to people. And if you see someone else who's got a door open and he's over there, by the way, if you want to have a chat with him, or she's over there. But I had a lefty in a tie the other night, and the typical beanie on the hat, big massive glasses, small overweight woman, that everyone's seen exactly who they're talking about in their head. It's copy and paste stuff. But anyway, so she was saying that no, she gave back to me. She goes, no, that you're disgusting, your party, what they stand for and all. I said, okay, let's have the conversation. So she goes, don't want to talk to you like this, that and the other. I said, no. And then she kind of reared out. And I said, because I think that we're going to be a little bit more aligned than what you think, and we're going to find out some real truths here. And she said, well, first of all, I seen your posters, take back control. You want to control the borders. You want to shut down the borders. I said, no. I said, what's your stance on immigration? She goes, I want it, control. I said, me too. I want controlled immigration, like we used to have, not mass, reckless, uncontrolled immigration. I said, I want to stop immigration from happening. I told her about the homemakers bill, and she goes, oh, that's for you just to keep women at home. I said, no. I said, either parent can avail of it. She says, you just want families again, nuclear families. I said, they can or they don't have to avail of it. If they want a family, the option's there. Do you see where you're throwing down a loophole here? And there's been a bit of a smear campaign of all these people. She goes, yeah, but I heard Herman saying this, that, and the other. So tell me what he said. And she goes, I can't think of it offhand now. You should probably be independent rather than running for these. Said, you're just thinking that because an opposition party is going to get run down because they're trying to reroute the funding that the government are spending corruptly and recklessly. And I said, so we have 600 and 700 members of this party. We have fully fleshed out policies. We have ex-revenue, we have ex-military, we have ex-Garda sergeants, farmers, civil servants. So we are ready to fight back for the Irish, sidestepping our careers because we're not career politicians. She goes, well, I have to go and this, that, and the other. But these conversations can be had. And you planting a seed if nothing else, and if you can get enough people, you might not win them over, but the camera turns to you and the Dáil if you get a seat. And I think the next 5 years is what the big thing is. Get enough of us in, sensible politics, redo our image. We'll get a bit of funding to get a bit of proper camera work done. We need policies for everything. I'm going through the policies myself lately and updating a few bits and pieces. But we have policies. We're not just all talking about immigration. We're talking about the cost of living crisis. We're talking about teachers and nurses and incentivizations. We're talking about housing. We have fully fleshed out bills and all these things. So people should really jump onto the website and have a look because there's all the issues.
Taxation. I'm getting a lot of people at the door as well saying to me about how they are just sick to death of paying for everything and just getting nothing back. It's like they feel that they're being punished for working, which a lot of people in the country feel.
Did I don't know? Did anybody come across a story about? I can't remember the country because I only barely glanced over it. It was there's a country that's eliminated or is talking about eliminating income tax for under 30s for families. Did anybody read that story or come across that?
No.
If anybody in the chat read that,
that's. I seen that as well this morning. Jesus, I forgot.
I know I'm the same. I see. Just there's so much information out there.
Was
it a South American country? Or was it one of the Eastern European countries? We'll look it up again anyway. It's something that's definitely needs to be looked at because there was a comment in earlier on in the show. There was a comment in about what are we doing for to promote Irish families and taking married Irish couples out of the tax bracket completely.
Portugal is introducing zero.
It's Portugal, isn't it? Oh wow! It's very close to home. It's definitely something that needs to be looked at to promote the promote the family, to give young couples. Now, and like I said again, I would be very strict on this: an Irish married couple. No loopholes, no nothing. And when I say an Irish married couple, Mana, August, Fur. That's it. And that would be an incentive for people to have larger families. because you'd have more disposable income and you'd be able to live. But we definitely, you know, you could increase family size and increase standard of living by taking certain cohorts out of the tax bracket. A lot of them aren't in the tax bracket anyway because they've all emigrated to Canada and Australia because they can't get houses here. So, like I said, if we could keep them here, keep them out of the tax bracket for quite some time, give them an opportunity to have kids, save money, get a house. That would go very, very far to solving a lot of the country's problems.
Yeah. Right, will we go on another video there, will we? We were talking about Suzanne Delaney there earlier, okay, and I'm just going to go with that because I don't know whether you were listening there, Martin, or not earlier, but Suzanne Delaney got, after she called out Rodrigo Gorman last Thursday, I'm going to just throw this up here, hang on. I'm going to play this here now, all right, and let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear this.
So I'm sure you might all be wondering what this happens to be. After I caught Mr. Rodrigo Gorman, Minister Rodrigo Gorman, illegally putting up his own posters in Blanchardstown, Dublin West constituency on Thursday, the 7th of November, this was issued to me the following day. This is a fine for a poster that was allegedly left up from the local elections. Now, bear in mind, by the way, that Rodrigo Gorman was putting up those posters with the help of his armed guard protection, and he's doing it in a diesel jeep. So the allegation here is that I left the poster up in the constituency. As far as I was concerned, I took them all down, and 28 of them went missing, and I reported them to the guards because sometimes they go missing with the purpose of then, put another party or candidate putting them up again to sabotage your next campaign. So it's possible there was one left up by myself that I didn't notice, but in any case, why would I only receive that fine months later, the day after I fill up to the minister, who is my direct rival in this election race? Why would I receive that only now?
Yeah,
Can you explain that?
Well, people can make up their own mind on that, but I wonder whether Minister Gorman would get a €150 fine for putting up his illegal posters. I bet he won't. And has he even received a €150 fine for any of the children that he's lost in his care as Minister for Children? Mm-hmm. I doubt it.
Or for the TUSLA files that were shredded after a concerned judge sent them to his department to bring to his attention that there was something amiss in the case of those children. So where are we today? Do you want to tell people where we are?
We are over in Brussels on a day trip to Brussels. We're over here looking for Roderick's boss, Ursula von der Leyen,
who we just spotted a few minutes ago, but she has a lot of protection around her.
So we couldn't get near her, unfortunately. So, Roderick, we wanted to have a word with her about you. Tell her what you're up to. She'd probably be happy, actually.
Tell her that you're driving a diesel Jeep. So that's it, really. What do you think? Do you think that this is a total coincidence? They could have sent this to me. If I have a poster up at the constituency, they could have sent it to me at any time over the last 6 months. But no, they chose to send it to me the day after Mr. O'Gorman was caught red-handed.
One rule for one rule for everybody else.
Now you have it.
Do you know what I mean? Absolutely shocked. And you know what, Paul, when you were talking about your posters and what happened to you last week, I haven't seen too much now around Carlow. From what I've noticed anyway, there doesn't seem to be too much stuff going on. But when we were talking about the nationalist movement and different things like that and standing by each other and all this, like I was talking to actually a very nice guy from On2 called Gary O'Neill, and he's running Carlow Kilkenny as well. And he has a lot of posters in Carlow. And I said to him, listen, I said, I live there. He's a good bit away. I said, I'll keep an eye on your posters. If any issues or anything happens, I said, I'll let you know. I said, we should be all, like we'll say, on that side, all standing by each other and supporting each other. And anybody who's not, I'm sorry now, but you're not a true nationalist. It's as simple as that. Yeah. There shouldn't be some of us out there supporting everybody else and speaking out. And as I said, trying to, stand up for our country and all this. And then others, either slating each other or attacking each other or whatever. It's absolute nonsense. We don't have time. We're not in the schoolyard now. We have a far bigger battle and a far bigger enemy ahead of us to be fighting. And all nationalists right now should be standing beside each other and standing together. It's as simple as that.
Well said, Orla. Well said. Well done.
Sorry,
Fair play to you.
this evening.
No, you're okay. You're okay.
on.
Someone just asked there, what do you think of Philip Dwyer running in Wicklow? I think it's a great idea for Phil to run out there, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But Philip is not running under the Alliance
banner,
he's not running under the Ireland First banner either. He's running as an independent. Philip was Ireland First, so I don't know what the story is there now, but I think it's a great idea. What do you think yourselves, lads?
I think it's good because I can tell you now from doing the social media, I see an awful lot of people asking, have we any candidates? Wicklow, Wexford, Waterford, Cork, just different areas. And it's very, very difficult to find candidates. So, I mean, if he's willing to work there, then, you know what I mean, fair play to him.
But he's announced far, far too late. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Has he got everything ready to go? He's got his posters going out? Has he got his leaflets going out to every single door? Is he prepared? So,
I don't know, Glenn.
See, I don't know how big that area is, to be honest with you. But Newtown, Mount Kennedy, I'd say there's a lot of people from Newtown, Mount Kennedy and surrounding areas that would be on his side just for a protest vote. This could be another Sinn Féin job from 2020, you know what I mean, where people are just protesting the vote,
Well, the people were on recent... Sorry, go ahead, Glenn.
No, I was just saying, how many seats does Wicklow have?
I think it's 4, is it? I'll have to double check that. But I do...
Two separate constituencies, and I think they're both 4-seaters.
Yeah. I think, so it'll be interesting to see if he's in Newtown and Kennedy constituency. I know that the people of that area were on dying for someone to come on. Someone even approached me and said, would I run in Wicklow? And this was only a few weeks ago. And I said, oh, no, sure, of course I can't. I'm not from there. I have all my posters done up. And, I've never... even visited I've only drove through the place. But that's how much they were wanting for someone to run there. So I think that he'll get a lot of support. And it's also Simon Harris country, I think, Newtown and Kennedy area. So people will be looking to... I think that's a great potential for any nationalist candidate. Yeah.
Sorry, well, Aintu is running there as well, so I mean...
Just to correct there, Wicklow is 4-seater and Wicklow Wexford is a 3-seater.
So I think there's a guy there in Wicklow as well called, is it Rob Carey? He's running there. Is he an independent?
Independent,
yes.
Yeah, he's running there. And then there's another girl, now I don't know her, but she's running with Alliance. So there is a few choices in Wicklow. Do you know what I mean? So that's good.
There's someone posting there, Ted Neville running in Cork South Central. No posters, no leaflets, no canvassing. It's like he's on the ballot, but that's it. Not good enough for the second biggest county in the country. It is. I think he's National Party, isn't he? Ted Neville. I think I seen a video with him and Derek last week. Derek is running in North and he's running in South. But there's a lot of these are not putting out posters. They're not putting out. They're not canvassing. They're not doing anything. So, listen. If you put in the work, I think you will get elected. Well, I'm not saying you will get elected, but you have to put the work in. Like Gavin is on the ground the last 6 to 8 weeks. I've been out maybe the last 2 weeks since I got me things. Now I've been very busy with the posters and the whole lot, and it's very hard when you're doing shit on your own.
Yeah, I know.
Me and my brother did them. Me and my dad did them.
17.
Paul, don't worry. I'll be up to next week. I'll make you look great.
I know, but everyone tells you, oh yeah, ring me, I'll look after you, I'll come out and canvas with you, I'll come out and do this, I'll come out. Then when you text them, now I have to say, fair play, there's one of the guys that's in the party, Joe, came out with me last week and we done Donovan Shopping Centre. Fair play, big shout out to Joe and the girls from the Coolock Says No group. They were with me as well. But again, you're ringing people and I'm working today. And listen, I know people have lives, you know what I mean? But we need to be getting out and like I still have 4 boxes of leaflets there. They need to be getting out. You know what I mean? They need to be going. I was at the train station last week. I got 350 given to people last Tuesday. Like they're the places you need to be going as well, but we need to be knocking on doors as well. And people know the story. People know who we are now. You know what I mean? Like the amount of people, shall I watch your show? You and Anthony are great on the show. Didn't say anything about you, Martin. The all like Orla too. I can't wait for Orla to come up. But yeah, but people know who we are from the show.
That's just Heather asking how my kittens are.
Dublin wouldn't be able for me, Paul.
Derek Lloyd, Letitia Logan. Derek Lloyd is working like a dog. Yeah, he is. No, I have to hand it to Derek. He is. He's out day and night. He is. Gavin Pepper must be 2-1. I don't know what.
Oh,
Gavin is. I haven't.
I'd say.
Sorry, apologies, Paul. Someone wants to know when you're in Clontarf.
Where's that now?
No, it's someone sent me a message there because they're listening. So
I'll tell you, it'll probably be next week, Glenn, because as I said, I've been up to me eyes in it. I mean, Ma's had to be very sick. She's only come home. There's no heating in the house. The heating broke last week, so I had to put in a floor in the attic for your man to get up and put in the new boiler. And I've done no canvassing since Friday. You know what I mean? I've been posted and getting all the shit. I had the van. I had to get the van dropped back, and you know how it is. You know what I mean? The posters are paramount to get up now at the minute. But all next week, I'm in court tomorrow. Fingers crossed. So that gets sorted tomorrow. I'm free then. I'll be day and night at canvassing. I'll be out from
Sorry,
Tuesday.
Paul.
Dublin Bay North.
Happy wants to know where you're running.
Dublin Bay North. Jesus,
Anthony, where are you running?
Yeah, I only realised I have P Kildare. I really should say South Kildare. South.
And Glenn, you are
Dublin Midwest.
There you go.
Boy, Jesus, all of that pussy is an ugly pussy. Fucking hell, man. That's a horrible looking cat.
That's a dog.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Terrier.
The dog.
Sarcasm is wasted on you, Glenn. Seriously, sarcasm is wasted on you, mate.
Oh, sorry. Okay. I didn't know what you actually thought. Look, it's the old age, Paul. I'm sorry. I can't help it.
It's so mad. Morph is deadly. Jesus. You have... Hannah Doyle loves you.
Yeah, he's a big fan of you.
Tom Garvin, you need a helicopter, Paul.
That's actually what Glenn was saying to me today. I'm going to get so many number ones in Callan because Martin was out with me.
Yes.
You know, funny actually today, Glenn. I was having a bowl of soup with my mother and my sister before I went into. I had a debate Q&A thing in Milltown GAA with the other candidates, and I was talking about your story that you told us earlier about the posters and all this kind of thing happening, and the push of these ideologies, and you know, someone saying to me, "Oh, you're against gay people." And all this. I said, "So Glenn is our elected councillor. He's a gay man, like, and I go drinking with friends of mine, or you know, and all this kind of thing." And then she goes, "Oh, Glenn is gay," you know, really disappointed face.
Devastated.
My sister said that to me. He is not, is he? Jesus, Glenn's not gay, is he? Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Well, the person that was asking, were you in Clontarf? He actually told me a story recently as well, where he went out, and he's another gay guy, and he went out with a group of other gay friends or something like that, and he said like, "Oh, I know, Glenn Moore, Irish Freedom Party," and this gay guy turned around and he goes, "Oh my God, they're totally homophobic. They're against gays. They want to kill gays." And he turned around and said, "Glenn Moore is a gay man. He's my friend. Like, and he's one of the Irish Freedom Party." And also he just froze and went, "Well, he's anti-immigration. I'm not voting for him." So like, they'll just come up with anything to make an excuse.
Someone is asking, Paul, is it yourself and Jerry up in court tomorrow? I don't know who Jerry is, to be honest with you. Myself and Jerry. Jerry Hutch. Okay, it must be Jerry Hutch. Yeah. No, it's not. It's just myself for a stitch up crap fucking thing.
I will say I was at that Garda meeting last week, maybe it's 2 weeks ago now, in Newbridge, and there was a couple of L ones, and they were, I shouldn't say L ones now. I can't finish the story because they watched the show. I can't say it now because I'm
don't say
I'm at the bad mouth.
There's nothing worse when that happens. We might go with another video. Hold on. Fine Gael, the party of law and order. Okay, this is the git again. I love him.
Sunday Times. If Taoiseach saw my injuries, Fine Gael wouldn't pick McGahan. Yes, they would. They don't care. They're well aware that he assaulted somebody. They're also well aware that he sexually assaulted an unconscious drunk man with a chocolate bar.
Fine Gael is the party of law and order.
The party of law and order. Well, let's take a look at the CCTV footage of this assault. Vicious, and we can see by the CCTV footage that he only went for the face and the head. But whatever you do, don't forget.
Fine Gael is the party of law and order.
Says the worst Justice Minister the country has ever seen. And apparently, according to Fine Gael candidate Clendenin here in Offaly, she had a positive response across the town of Birr the other night. However, I have a video up that says different. Fine Gael are the party of lies, failures and criminals.
Sorry,
Wow.
someone has to explain to me who got attacked. It was a senator.
No, he attacked a man in County Louth and left him. That was him. That man was left in bits like that.
And who attacked him?
Your man that's running for Fine Gael, McGahan.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
senator.
joking.
No, I'm
I
dead
didn't know
serious. Yeah.
What I can't understand is how is anyone allowed run if they've any sort of a criminal conviction?
No,
I can't understand that.
Yeah, there was no criminal case. He had to
paid
pay
off.
Yeah, €39,000 in a civil case, but the criminal case never went ahead. Or was he found not guilty, or did it not go ahead?
I don't think it went ahead. I don't know what.
I think
Same as
so,
McGregor.
yeah.
I'd say it's the same as McGregor thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 39,000 in. But that's the Twix boy, isn't it?
Yeah.
So he's running he's running in the elections, or he's running for senator.
He's running in the elections. He's running for TD against Herman.
Right, he's running for TD. Wow, someone that has beaten the crap out of it. Wow, that's incredible.
Glenn, that's the same guy who shoved the Twix up an unconscious guy's arse.
Yeah.
What? Oh,
Yeah.
Yes,
And again,
at a music festival.
how did you not hear about this?
I heard about this,
Swear
but
to
I
God.
didn't know it was anything to do with Fine Gael. Oh, my Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's who it is. John McGahan.
Well, has Fine Gael not expelled him from the party? Like, are they seriously running him?
No, they have.
Harris has come out and said that he fully supports his.
Fully supports him. Yeah.
Oh my sweet Jesus.
Yeah.
It's
disgraceful.
Imagine, doesn't say it all. Says it all.
I'm just going to run with another video here. This is what Git's talking about, how she had a great day in Birr, County Offaly.
Oh yeah, saw that.
So I'm going to play this. It's only a minute and a half long.
Helen, you're really good to join us here in Offaly today. We've had a great canvas inside in Birr. We've met with many businesses, but I thought it was very important that we show you the N52 intersection here between Kilbeggan and Tullamore. This is a really important issue. Both Brenda and Deirdre have been out canvassing on the doors over the last few hours, and it's coming up quite a bit. If we're back in government, we need to ensure that this project progresses in the best interest of opening up the Midland and Tullamore as our capital town.
Absolutely. Well, John, it's been a pleasure being out with you. It's really clear from everybody that I've met that John is already delivering on the ground as a councillor. We need to make sure that he's elected to the Dáil so that he can do even more for the area. Fine Gael is absolutely committed to making sure that we have the best possible infrastructure right across our country. That includes investing in our roads, that we ensure people are safe as they go about their business.
I think it's important, Helen, just from a perspective of safety, visibility and accessibility. If you look over here, for people turning right up into Douro, it's next to impossible. So we need that to change.
Absolutely. Look, Fine Gael is absolutely committed to making sure that we invest in our infrastructure, the length and breadth of this country. That means improving our roads. That means making sure that commuters can get to and from work and from home in the safest way possible, including this busy road here. So I look forward to working with John when he's elected to the Dáil, but he needs your support to do that. So don't forget to come out on the 29th of November and give him your number one vote.
Thanks, Helen. Vote number one, John Clendenin.
Number one.
That's him.
No, that's another fella. That's another fella.
Okay.
But don't vote number one, John.
Show me that guy. Show me that guy that's running. What's his name?
I was up in I think it was in the comment section there.
John McGahan is his name. John McGahan is his name.
But he's still being promoted. And I was just saying to Martin there this evening when we were out in Callan and all that, I said I am sick to death of looking at posters of Micheál Martin and Simon Harris. Why have they posters down here?
A new energy. It's a new energy.
Everywhere.
A new energy, yeah.
A new energy.
A new energy and focus for the total destruction of Ireland.
I'm going to be honest. He looks as though he needs a fucking stew injection. The state, the man is just There was a video circulating today of him dancing, doing Irish dancing again.
Oh, who's Simon Harris?
He hasn't got a beat in his body, man. I swear to God. The man is... I think the only beat he has is his fucking heartbeat. That's it. He's brutal. Telling you now. Yeah. He's just nuts. I swear to God. I don't know how people are bleeding voting for him.
Look, there's an awful lot of videos, and you know I can see in my constituency they're throwing big money behind the videos and a lot of promises. I was sitting there at that debate today. Well, it was a Q&A thing, but we all had to speak one after the other. But the infrastructure promises, all this kind of thing, and that day, which is only 2 days ago, old people were out. Not old people, but like there was people out, retired people, and they were saying that they've had their buses pulled from them, that it's all going backwards in their town, and there they are making the same promises, empty promises, year in, year out. They have been doing for years. And I actually mentioned it as well, you know, the tax, 1977, you know, vote Fianna Fáil will get rid of motor tax. Like these same promises, year in, year out, and they can't deliver on any of it. But people are nodding their head and they're clapping. I kind of, like it, after a while, it's just like, how am I sitting beside these people?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you see this, right? This is just a video of him dancing today, right? I'll turn up my mic.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
I'm sorry, could someone give me directions to cyanide, please?
But really, it is unbelievable stuff. It's sickening. Like how are people buying this? And you know what scares me? That young people smiling and dancing with him. And
look at the band that's playing. Like their face is like, why are we doing this? Why are we here? Good Lord.
Glenn, are you banned off X or something? I can't find you. I'm trying to tag you. Nick Delahunty has done a piece on that McGahan guy.
I have it here.
It's more IFP. I'm still on it.
I'm going to show you now. Nick Delahunty, I have his one here. I'll show it.
Very good.
Right, Glenn, here you go.
How politics works in Ireland. This is a case of nepotism. Fine Gael Senator John McGahan has been ordered to pay €39,000 for assaulting a local farmer outside a pub in County Louth. Despite this, Simon Harris, the Taoiseach, is still happy to come out and endorse him for the local nomination in Louth as the Fine Gael nominee. Like, why is he doing this? Surely this guy is not fit to stand. The simple reason is that John McGahan is the son of Brendan McGahan, a very famous, prominent and popular TD in the Louth area who was elected for 20 years. He served in office from 1982 to 2002. And not only him, but his brother was a councillor. Local Dundalk media refer to the McGahan family as a dynasty. Like, this is how the McGahan name is mentioned up there. These guys, you know, walk on air a bit. They're revered. They're a bit untouchable. They're a dynasty. But John McGahan is obviously a rogue prince in the dynasty. He's admitted to having an unhealthy relationship with alcohol. And look, everyone has their problems. That's fine. But, you know, sometimes you should admit that maybe you're not the best person to seek election in your local area. He also had a strange scenario at a music festival when pictures went around of him doing an unsavory prank reportedly about a chocolate bar. I have no idea what happened, but these are the memes that are going around online. There was also another story involving his local office in Dundalk, where a man was rushed to hospital after the roof collapsed on the senator's office. So like, this kind of sums it up. If this guy can't take care of the roof over his own head, how on earth is he going to take care of an entire constituency? Who's voting for him? But the reality is, McGahan is too big a name in the Louth area, and this is the way Irish politics works. If Simon Harris wanted to lay down a marker, he would drop him. And he would put out a call saying who in Louth wants to represent Fine Gael, because we are cutting ties with this guy because he's not reliable. And he's just not reliable.
Jesus Christ. What was about that image? That
Crazy Eyes McGinty.
I think it's demonically possessed or something.
Yeah. Crazy.
Oh,
I
Christ.
tell you.
And his receding hairline. Jesus Christ. Good luck getting a woman out of that. We'll put you with a sterilized barge pole. Christ.
What are you drinking tonight, Glenn?
I just realised I put my head down. Is mine okay, Glenn? Is it?
Yeah, you're all right, Martin. You could
No,
turn your head.
I'm pretty sure that he looks like a what you call one of those pieces that's at the top of the head.
He's a tug. He is a tug, yeah. But
Like, seriously, like what shoving the twigs up someone's like what that's actually classed as a sexual assault. So
it is
sexual assault and beaten, and he's a part of this ring of solicitors, and he's made millions of asylum seekers coming into the government and criminal convictions, and he's still standing. Like the Simon Harris is still endorsing. Wow, that's just shows you the corruption in this country. Who knew? We're all shocked.
Who knew? I just said Mick O'Keefe put up a video earlier as well about the invasion. I'm just going to play that because we're only a few minutes out.
Yeah, that's Ireland, isn't it? Yeah, we all know that's Ireland by looking at it at this stage.
Very hard to tell these days.
Yeah, that's
like imagine getting to the stage when you see that video like that all the time, and you can actually turn around and say, "Oh yeah, that's definitely Dublin." Yeah. Really.
If there's anyone here, Glenn and Orla and Paul, myself, we should be announcing kind of where, if anyone wants to support us, we are going to be canvassing. It's our last full week of canvassing this week. When you think about it, we've only got one more Friday left to canvass.
Oh, yeah,
it's coming in fast. So really, when you want to look, we'll be canvassing all this week. So if anyone wants to give an hour, even an hour for the next 2 weeks, then tie in with us. We're going to be around the area. In fairness, a lot of people have come out and give me a dig out. So I'll be in Kildare town tomorrow, 5 to 8. And I know you're going to go during the day, don't you, Orla?
Sorry?
You go canvassing during the daytime, earlier in the day, don't you?
I go out during the day. Yeah, I go out every day. I go mostly during the day because evening times I just have kids with needs to be dropped here, there, and yonder, as they say. So during the day is the easiest time for me.
I've one more little video there that I just want to play here now, and it's of the two good people here, and I'm just going to play it. This is from today, so we'll just play this one.
Hi guys, yes, I'm in the car again, and this time I have company. I picked up this random guy from Tipperary who used to stand alongside the road. I felt a bit sorry for him. This is Martin from IFP, and Martin has been out helping me in Callan today. So I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody we chatted to at the doors. Everybody was very, very nice, very eager for change. People are just absolutely fed up with what's going on in the country. And look, we've 12 days left. So as I said, please go out and vote for your local nationalist candidate. We just need to take this country back, and we need to look after our own people. And listen, thank you so much again.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Paul, will you explain that the video is glitching and we're not tweaked off our heads?
Yeah, it's one of those.
Oh my God!
You should make a rave music video.
I know. Looks like about to be or something.
Lefties, have at it.
Yeah.
Oh no, God.
RTE News IFP candidates drunk and drinking and driving.
Right, lads, tell us where you are. Orla, you're Carlo Kilkenny.
Kilkenny, yes.
Glenn,
Dublin
40 seconds.
Midwest.
Dublin Midwest. Anthony Casey.
Yep, Kildare South.
Kildare South. Martin Murphy, you're minutes to midnight. You're doing nothing. You're sitting on your hands this time round.
Minutes to midnight.
2-0.
You're doing loads in the background.
I'm very comfortable in my role.
Yeah. Yeah, there's Pata. The truth is a lion. Let her roar. Yeah. Okay, folks, I'm going to drop you down there. Orla, I will talk to you in a few minutes. Martin, thank you very much. Sorry, Orla, I didn't thank you. Thank you for coming on, Orla. I'll talk to you in a minute. Martin, thank you. As always, it's been a pleasure. Glenn, I'll drop you down. Thank you very much, Councillor. I'll talk to you in a minute. And Anthony.
Yeah, another week, another good show, Paul. Getting very close. Next week will be a big one now, because it'll be the last one before the election. So
that's it. We'll go with that then next week. Anthony, I'll talk to you in a minute. Thanks very much
lads.
for tonight, mate. Fair play. And again, as Pata says, the truth is like a lion. You don't have to defend it. You just let it loose and it will defend itself. Good night and God bless. Vote number 1, Paul Fitzsimons, Dublin Bay North.